Hello everyone, thank you for joining this webinar. Today we'll be talking about work order checklists and forms, and it is another one of our deeper dives into Dynaway EAM, specifically for Business Central. And with me on the team, I have Christoph. Christoph will take us safely through the presentation today, and I'll be hosting the chat. So if you have any questions, please use the chat log. As always, the session is being recorded, so if you want to revisit the recording, it will be on the website in a couple of days. And I'll also do a short promotion for some of the other videos that we already have. Christoph, I will lead it over to you.
Thank you, Miko. So let me just jump to the system. Okay, so today work order checklist and forms, and I would like to show you what we have in that. But everything what I will be showing, in fact, we will need to start from the same place. So it doesn't matter if it's a checklist or it doesn't matter if it's a regular form. We always need to start from one place, and this place is called form templates. So let me just go here, form templates. And this is the list of all forms which we have in the system. In my case, I have only 9. You can see the name of the form, description, also the status and the version. So every time when we release the form, we get a new version of that form. What you can do, you can export the form, you can also import the form and see where it is used, which I will show you in a second. So let's start from scratch and let's see how the forms look like. So let me just open one form which I have here already prepared. I will just reopen it, and you can see that again I have name and description. This is what I can put. I also have a category, and the category here on the header is the most important, in fact, because it describes us what kind of the form it is. You can build your own categories, right? When we install or you install Dynaway EAM, automatically some of the categories are created, but you can create many categories. Each category has a special type. So let me just go to the full list here. And you can see that some of those categories already have a type. For example, general, which is a general form which you can use for whatever you want, which is not connected to the asset or EAM in particular, but can be still created, can be used by the users. The second one is a checklist, so work order checklist, and this is what we can assign to the work order plans and then execute on the work orders. The third one is asset transfer. So those of you which knows that we have asset transfer functionality, you also can assign the checklist to the asset transfer. And the last one which you see here is the asset form, and the asset form is that you can create a form directly from the asset, and I will show you that as well today. So as you can see, this is many forms. I can also have another, which I called work order checklist, and this is also work order checklist type. So you don't need to have only one, you can have multiple forms. So we have the category, so we need to say which fields and which questions someone on that form will need to answer, right? So how we can do it? We can put the question text, and here you can find some question text which I have. You can also put some instruction. Let me just put some instruction. Please check the level it is in the engine left side. I don't know if side makes sense what I just wrote, but we will just do the maintenance, as you can see, track maintenance and during the maintenance. But we also have very important field here, which is called type, and there are many types. If I will just open this list, you can see that you can put many types to the fields. One of it is a header. I will show you in a second how it looks like. There are some text fields, so text area, text with history, so we store the value which person put, and instead of just filling it again, that person can just put again the same text. Boolean, which says yes or no, the option and select, which allows you to choose from the defined options, and that also I will try to show you. Record lookup, which refer to another record in Business Central. So for example, I would like to get a vendor number, so I can create a record lookup for that. Date, that's the date and calendar. Date range, so this is between two different dates. Time, I think it's understandable. Decimal and integer, so one is the decimal like number, and the second is integer one. But also we have two additional thing here, which are types. One is the photo, so someone can take a photo and assign it to the checklist, and the second one is a document, so it allows you to collect the documents. What are other options we have here? We can mark if the question is mandatory, so that someone needs to answer the question and choose some answer or type some answer. Multiple choice, you can choose only for few options, like for example a photo, so that allows you to add multiple photos, or for example option, where you can choose more than one option. GDPR, defined if the question is related to GDPR rules, and that's only the information to the system. We don't do anything at this moment with that. But you can see that in some cases I also have a configuration, and one of it is, for example, options. So I need to specify what are the options which I have. So if I will click here configuration, you can see that I have three options which I defined previously. Needs so engine level, needs a refill, correct level, danger level, and so on. But what you also can see here, you can see that I have option to trigger another form from my form. So if I will answer on this question, needs a refill, this will be triggered automatically after I will submit the form. So you can see that not only one form will be needed to not only one checklist, but also another checklist will be required if I will answer needs a refill. You can also see that on the select I have two other options. I have OK and not OK. There may be some different also things which says that I also need other option, right? Other configuration. And there are two columns here. One which says that the question also shows the picture, and one which shows the video. So how to add the picture? You can just click here picture and put import, which will import you the picture to the specific question, or export, you will export this picture. With the video, I can add the video. I will show you in a second how to do it, and you also can remove the video. So if I have my form like this, we can test it how it looks. I need to release it, and if I will click process and preview, we will be able to see the form. So you can see that my header is in fact the list which I can collapse and expand of the question in it. I can see that this is my oil level, this is my instruction which I put, and I also have my options here. I have also information, did I read the danger note, and this is my picture which I added there. And other questions as well. So I have my select, so I need to select one of the options which I put. I have also take a photo. I also have text condition, right? So this is how my form will look and when I will use it. So we have this released. We can also see where this form is used. So I can go to where use list, and I can see that someone is using it on the work order plan number 29. So let's go to that plan. Show record. And what we have here, you can find the list of information about the checklist on the right side here, and you can set up 3 checklists on each work order plan. You can set up the checklist which will be before work, during the work, someone will need to choose, and after the work, right? So I have those 3. I also can see how the checklist looks. So if I will click those 3 dots on the work order plan, I will see the preview of my checklist. So yeah, everything is fine. But what happens if we will create a work order? I already have one, and to be honest, I forgot to close it. So let me just only close it very quickly. And we will just generate very fast the new work order. So let me just only close this one. Okay, and let's generate the new work order. So I will just create it from here. Okay. Yes, and let's open it. When I open or technician open the work order, he will be notified by a few things. You can see that I have 2 notifications. One says that I have checklist before work and it's not filled. So what does it mean? It means that I will not be able to change my status to in progress, and I also will not be able to post anything if I will not finish my checklist. The second thing says that I have during the work. It means that I can change to in progress, but I also can post, but I cannot close my work order. And if you have after work, it means that you cannot change it to completed, the status, and you also cannot close the work order. But I have the first one. So I have before work. Let me just open this one. And you can see that my checklist also include the video, right? So I need to check the safety instructions before starting this work. I have it also the mandatory, right? So yeah, I can play the video from here. You probably will not hear the sound, but I see, I hear it. So what I can do, yes, I watch this one. I can also hide it. So I can now say, okay, the workstation is clean. I turn off the machine. I checked if the equipment is in place and the track is empty. Okay, I need to check if it's really empty. So what I can do before going starting from the scratch checklist, I can save the progress, right? The form has been saved. I can close it and it's still not completed, right? But if I will open it one more time, maybe I went somewhere or I just went to the bathroom or whatever, I can say, okay, the track is empty. So I can submit it, right? And now I see that my checklist is completed. I can start the work, I can do time registration, whatever else which is needed on the work order, but I have also my checklist during the work. So let's do that. Okay, so I need to check the engine and I see that the oil level needs the refill. Yes, I'll read the danger instruction. I also think that the transmission fluid is okay and I need to take a photo. I can upload it, but I also can take it. So let me just only do the photo. Right, I can use it. Okay, so we have a photo and everything is okay with the tires. And let's submit it. What happened? It's still not completed because I have some additional checklists which are needed to be filled, because I had this issue with my oil. So if I will click now 3 dots, instead of showing the completed checklist, I see the new checklist, right? And I also can fill it, or I need it if it would be mandatory. I will just submit it. You can see now all are completed, so fine. I can complete my work order. Where you can find the completed checklist. So if I would like to click, if I will click those 3 dots here, now I see my answers on my checklist, right? Instead of the checklist, I only see the answers. The same would be if I will click during work, but we had more than one checklist. So which one we would like to open? We have 2 of them. You can see that I have a page which is called order checklist. You can also open it from the actions, and I have my completed checklist here. I have 2 during and 1 before, so this was all which we completed. And if I will go to my checklist number 7, which was with our photo, I can see the answers. I also can see that there is one attachment to my photo, and I can just click attachments, and I will see my picture. Right, so you have all control, and you can see everything. You can download this picture also from here. So this is where you have the checklist on the work order. But as I said, you also can have a form directly assigned to the asset. So let me just go back to the to our. Yes, I would like to leave this page. Oh no. Let's go back to Business Central and my role center. I have my asset, I have my mining track, I can open it from here. So let me just go to this track, and imagine a situation that, okay, we have not only the work orders, but we also in the organization would like to register some additional forms for this particular asset, which is not related to the maintenance. And in my case, I have such form, and this form is in fact related to that some employee make some damage, right? I don't want to create a work order for that. There is no need for it, but I would like to register such information. So I can go to the asset forms using from the menu. I can see all the open forms. I can see all the completed forms already. I also can see all the checklists which were performed on that asset, and I can just simply create a form. Now I will need to specify which one. So here you will see all the forms which are released and which have a category which is the asset form, and I have report damage. I can assign it to the specific person, so no one else will be able to fill it, and I also can give someone task that till Friday please create it. So that person on his role center or her role center can go to forms. You can see that, just need to refresh that. You can see that Martin has assigned some form. He also can see that this is related to the asset, which asset I can from here open also the record if it's needed, and I also can complete the form. So I can just go to my form. I can say who made the damage, and here I have a record lookup. So you can see that now I can choose a resource from the database. I can put the expected or potential cost $30,000, and I also have some document which I need to upload. So I have some PDF file which I would like to have a damage report, which we still use in this organization, and I can submit my form. Right, so this is how you can do the forms. You can assign them to the work order plans as a checklist, but also how you can do it, do the forms directly to the asset. And I know that we are already a little over time, but let me just form templates, just show you one last thing, because this question which we always sometimes get. If you created a form, but for example, you have more than one company and you would like to share the forms with someone else, you can simply export the form and import the form. It is exported in the JSON format. So for example, I can just click import. I can choose the file. I already exported one, so I will just choose this one, which I already have, checklist to import. I can open it, and you can see that number 30 will just pop up because I just choose that number in the JSON. And when I will open it, everything what is on that form already, except the category code, because it may be different categories code, but you can see all the questions I still have. So I can just click the proper category and start using that checklist. So this is how simple it is. So now, thank you, and back to Mika.
Thank you, Christoph. Thank you for sharing the great insights here. So what is next? Of course, we do have a lot of on-demand webinars already on the website. You can follow the URL, or you can go directly to the website, visit Business Central, and you'll see the library there. We've scheduled a few more sessions since the last time, so there will be a number of live webinars coming up. There are many good topics here, so I really encourage you to stay on track with these new webinars coming up, and please sign up for those soon. That was all from us for today, and I hope you enjoyed the show. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out, and we'll be happy to help you. You have a good day, and speak to you soon. Bye-bye.